Hi guys, it's Megan. So today's video is going to be a little bit more on the serious side of things. I'm going to try to make it as lighthearted as I can because that's just my personality. That's just the way that I do things. So today's video is going to be about anxiety, dealing with anxiety, and my personal struggle with anxiety, and some tips and tricks that I have for you guys if you have anxiety. So I'm not going to ramble on too much in the beginning of this video because I know I'm going to talk a lot in this video. I can only imagine how long this video is actually going to be. So I apologize in advance. I didn't want to just get one big structured video. I really just wanted to sit down with the camera and talk to you guys. You guys are my friends, so I want to tell you guys about a big portion of my life. So the anxiety that I have is hereditary anxiety. That's the best way I can explain it, which basically means my anxiety comes from my family tree. Basically, there's nothing I can do about it. It's in my blood, and it's just something I'm gonna have to deal with and live with. So my mom realized that I started showing signs of anxiety when I was around 10 years old, I would say. I don't really remember anything before that, but I know my mom has said to me, like, she started realizing I had it when I was around 10 years old. 3 things that I can remember is I had a panic attack when I went away to a sleepaway summer camp for a week. Another example is when I went on an airplane and I had left my favorite stuffed animal at the airport. And that stuffed animal was my life at the time, and I had left it because I met Al Roker in an airport and I accidentally left it. And I had a full-blown panic attack on the plane. And my last example that I could think of from when I was really young was when I went to Universal Studios and I went to Jurassic Park, and I had a panic attack on this dinosaur ride that I went on, and it was really bad. So over the years, I've started realizing things that triggered my anxiety, trying to stay away from putting myself in positions where it's an anxious position for me to be in. A few of the things that trigger my anxiety is huge changes in my life, or even things that are out of the norm for me. I am someone who does not like change. I don't like things changing in my life. I like everything staying as it is. I like the people in my life to stay in my life. I like the food I eat to stay in my life. I don't like things changing. Even something so simple as the food I eat staying the same. If you know me, I only eat specific foods because I will not try new foods. I don't like trying new things. I don't know what it is, but I hate it, and like, I don't think people understand. It's physically painful for me to do new things. Another thing that triggers my anxiety is new places. For basically my whole life, my family has always gone on family trips, and we've always gone on vacations and whatnot, and I can't think of a vacation that I had went on where I didn't freak out. Once I get there, I'm okay after I've been settled in for a day or two. Getting me there is the struggle. I feel very stressed. It's the best way I can put it, is I feel very stressed and terrified whenever I go on vacation. But the problem is I love seeing new places. I just have a hard time adjusting to the new place, if that makes sense. Basically, whenever I go away on vacation, I think of every worst possible scenario. It's a really challenging thing because whenever there's anything new in my life, I freak out about it. And another thing that triggers my anxiety is when I have no control over a certain situation. No, I'm not a controlling person. It's just when I don't know the outcome of things and like there's nothing I can do about it. That is what scares me, because the fear of the unknown also gives me anxiety. So those two kind of go hand in hand. For example, if I ever go away on places, if I've never been there, I don't know what to expect. What if it's a terrible time? I'm across the country or across the world and there's nothing I can do to get home. It's scary. It's really scary. Like, it's just basically fear to a whole new level, because it's about 1,000 thoughts running through your mind of every possibility of things that can go wrong in a matter of like a second. So my life has basically come down to, I don't like change, I don't like new things, I don't like doing things out of the norm, I don't like doing things that I have no control over the situation for, I don't like doing things that I don't know what the outcome could possibly be. All those things put together makes daily life very difficult. Or on the positive side, besides just listening bad things about myself, ways that I deal with my anxiety is, first, I went to the doctor when I started realizing that I was starting to lose control over my life. Don't be ashamed to go to a doctor if you feel like you either have depression or anxiety, because don't ever feel like you can't ask for help. I'm gonna sit here and be 100% honest with you guys. I see a therapist every single week. And I know that's something that not a lot of people say here on the internet, but I have no problem saying that. If it'll help someone, reach out and get help. So if you ever feel like you want to go to a therapist or a counselor or need someone to talk to, I highly recommend professional help. And I just want to say that if you've ever had a bad experience with it, don't let that knock all your chances. Find the one that's best for you. Definitely don't bottle things up, because bottling things up is probably the worst thing that you could do for yourself, whether you have anxiety or not. You should never bottle things up or feel like you should bottle things up. Don't ever be afraid like you can't ask anyone for help. I'm sure even a school guidance counselor would be happy to help you, so don't ever feel like you're trapped and you can't ask for help. But if you have anxiety and you're looking for ways to help deal with it, the best advice I have is A, don't put yourself in stressful situations. If you know some things that trigger your anxiety, don't do it. One change that I've made in my life over the last year is I've started putting myself in less stressful situations and trying to look at things from a different point of view. For example, this year, as you guys know, I'm going to England for a week. I'm very excited, don't get me wrong. I'm just anxious about it. If you feel yourself getting anxious or you feel a panic attack starting to come on, one thing that I like to do is I like calling a friend. I feel like friends that know how to listen to you when you need it and friends that know how to pick you up are the two best kind of friends you can have. You can't surround yourself with people that aren't going to be there for you and people that are going to cause you more harm than good. I've done that. I've surrounded myself with people that are not necessarily good people, and those people aren't in my life anymore. You know what? That was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. Yes, some of them were my best friends, but you know what? They are not your best friends when they are putting you down, and they are not your best friends when they make you feel like crap. That is not a friend. That is a human being in your life that should not be there. Let them be miserable. Let them sulk in their sadness and whatever they have going on. Don't let that affect you. So, and just another tip that I have is I know that whenever I'm feeling really anxious, I always try to take a deep breath. One deep breath, because if you start taking 100,000 of them, you start hypoventilating. You don't want that. You take a deep breath, slow deep breath, and you try to tell yourself it's going to be okay. I feel like that this could be the hardest part of dealing with anxiety, because there's times where you feel like it's not going to be okay, and there's times that you're gonna feel like things are just gonna start whirling out of control, and I'm starting to get teared up. I'm sorry. I promise you everything will be okay. The times that you're sitting in your room and you're crying and you feel like crap about yourself, probably all in your head, because I have not ever met any of you who were not amazing. I just want to take you guys home with me. You guys are so cute. I'm such an ugly crier. Oh, Meaghan. Think about things that make you happy in life. Think about things in your life that you're so happy you got to do. Think about the best memories you've ever had. Don't let yourself slip and fall into a hole of what if, oh my God, help. No. Don't let yourself fall. And I know that one trick, this is just one last little trick I just thought of, is someone once told me to get a little bottle of bubbles. Keep it in your purse, keep it in your backpack, keep it wherever you want to keep it. Whenever you start feeling yourself getting tense and anxious, stop, get your bubbles out, and I want you guys to blow me one big bubble. You know when you blow a bubble, how you have to go, like you can't blow, and especially if you're trying to blow me the biggest bubble you possibly can, you have to go very slow, and so try to make me the biggest bubble you guys can do. And if anybody asks what you're doing, be like, I'm trying to make Meaghan a bubble. That's one way that I've helped learn how to regulate my breathing when I'm having pretty bad anxiety and I start getting the hyperventilation starting to go. But yeah, so that's it for today's video. But before I end this video, I want to give you guys one of my favorite quotes, and the quote is, breathe, let it all go, and make room for something else. So that's one of my favorite quotes, and it's a quote that I try to live by day to day because it's something that I work on every minute of every day. I love you guys so much. I don't want to do the cliche little okay, yeah. No, I'm just gonna end this video. If you guys did enjoy it though, give it a like, you know, comment below and try to start something in the comments about helping each other with anxiety. You never know, you guys can give me tips and tricks too. I'll take any you want to give me. And subscribe if you're not already. I will see you guys in my next video.